I usually have, I started out an initiative when I left, of course, when the whole AI thing started, I started up some classes, but for the younger people, for AI, and then when we're in India, I got to learn more about AI from an expert, and so I've been having most of these discussions with the younger people. I prefer to handle the younger people because they still have time ahead of them. But I'm also equally excited to be with us, the business leaders, especially given the foundation we've had in the morning. I was telling the facilitator that what I was intending to start with, actually I found he was actually on that. So today we're going to learn about 3 things. So from this point on, I'm going to be very fast. I hope I hope we can catch up. So we're going to know what AI is and how it works. I know you know what it is and how it works. We shall give examples of AI in our day-to-day life. The accountant will tell us how he's using AI. The soap maker will tell us how they're using AI. The environmental scientist and the spare parts person will tell us. The district leader, the baker, and the one in furnishing, and the medical doctor. And then we shall see how we can use practical AI in real life. We shall also see things like prompt engineering. What is prompt engineering? How do you make sure that, why is it that some people are already making money out of AI and others are still there? The only AI they know is meta AI. You know, recently somebody was trying to do a research proposal, and I think they used meta AI. So it's very funny. Yes, furnishings. You'll forgive me, I'm not very good with names. Okay, that's good. Yes. What is
helps us in day-to-day activities. Yeah,
okay. I'm interested in the one from Kitugum. Has the revolution reached? How are people using AI there, the young people? Have they started or? ChatGPT. So, yes?
I think computerized systems basically used for task solving.
Task solving. Okay. So I tried in my classes. I try to put things in our day-to-day language because sometimes it's not that people are not really getting the chemistry. Like for example, apart from these ones who are now in the medical field, but for us in chemistry, it used to be hard sometimes because of the English. I was telling somebody recently that there's a point I used to feel that question of what's the saturated solution, but actually it is English. It is now saturated. You see, and I was like, why couldn't my teacher, translate this? So it is, some of these things come and you're hearing all these big words. One day we were in class, physics teacher. So he would say that we know that the mass of the sun is this. So somebody raised up your hand and said, we don't know. That how did we know? So one time, we had green sweaters, and so one time it was like, what's the color of your sweater? And we were like, green. How did you know that it's green? Because they kept telling us. I said, I've also told you now, so I will keep telling you. So that's what intelligence is about. They tell you, keep telling you, then you remember. Then you reach at the point where you know that this is dark green, this is light green, but it is all green. Then you start, there is actually yellow, there's also all these things. Now when you go to a hen, for example, a hen does not differentiate. It does not know, it cannot tell you that yesterday we ate this. It does not have that level of intelligence. Maybe now dogs will remember the owner, but their intelligence reaches at a certain level. So intelligence is that ability, one, to memorize, to learn, improve, comprehend, and all these things. So artificial intelligence basically is the ability to make machines intelligent. Have them remember, have them learn, have them improve. Just like you have gone through school and you've learned all these different things. Now, of course, that is a bit of a threat to quite a number of sectors because already there are few jobs. Because the jobs that are currently available in the market have already been taken up by other human beings. But we are also creating something that is like a human being. It learns, just as it does not eat, it does not get tired. It learns, it evolves, it improves. Okay? Now, how many have used ChatGPT? Okay. Now, do you know that after some time, when the first time you used it, probably, you used it over ask it. No, you change the tone, you make it. Yeah? Then after some time, it is just giving you exactly what you want. It has learned that you want your things like this. Okay? It has now said, oh, okay, the person I'm dealing with likes this. I'm going to use a fun example. If you're dating, or if you're married or whatever, you take time to learn this person and say, okay, my wife likes this, my wife doesn't like this, my husband does not like, for example, if, yes, my husband does not like maybe his food cold, so the person will adapt, you see. For men, you find that maybe the wife, you're saying that my wife wants me to come home early, so then for women, if your husband is an Arsenal supporter, then you have to learn how to be consoling, you see, because most of the weekends you'll be heartbroken. But the whole point about intelligence is really learning. Now, I would like to know those who have used some of these platforms. If you have used any of these platforms, I've not. So who knows this? How many of you know this?
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Grok.
How many have used Grok? Okay. Cloud. One person. Oh, that's good. That's never used, but I think he raised up his hand. So Cloud, Grok, and ChatGPT. So for me, these are like my top 3 platforms. I'm trying to keep the discussion straight to the point. I'm avoiding us going into the nitty-gritties of what AI is and trying to use our time so that by the time we leave here, we know how we can better utilize AI for our business. The other things, I can go into the deep explanations of how it does the learning, but it will not be relevant. Yesterday we had a discussion with some colleagues over lunch, and we were debating. And I was telling them that for me, during my campus, I actually learned AI, and that was 2015. I learned about AI. And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, no, we had a course unit actually about AI. And I was telling them AI has been around. How many have played video games? FIFA, PS5, all that is AI. So AI has been around, just that they just found a better way of putting it in the population. So, so we're going to understand the differences. So people have used both. So can you tell me what's the advantage of ChatGPT over Grok? Let's now have a discussion. You've used both?
I use Grok.
Use Grok. Anyone who has used both? Yes.
To my understanding and realization, both of them are in the same category of, to my understanding and knowing both are in the same category of service. But as me, towards the end user, toward the end user, I've realized ChatGPT is giving more details and flexing what I mainly want when I'm using it. And Grok, and sometimes there is a point where it has limits, and I don't recall it. There's always that icon it brings. I'm forgetting it, but it's a bit of limit on my side.
Okay. He seems to have a different view.
On my side, I'm very rare to use ChatGPT, but when I use it doesn't give detailed information like a Grok. And sometimes you find that Grok, when you describe well what you need,
Yes.
it gives you in details, even it gives you reference books. It gives you textbooks, the reference where you can get more detailed. So when you click in there, still you get more information, which is not happening.
In ChatGPT. Do you have any other person who has used both, Grok and ChatGPT? Have you used both?
Group not so much.
Yes, so much. Okay. Yes. And then also, if you could tell us, you said you have used Cloud, because we are going to see what these models are made for. Now, from where we've started from, I don't want you to lose me. Talking about what intelligence is. Now, if I gave this accountant my books, or I have some calculations here to calculate how many steps we have taken today, he might be the best to do it than the medical doctor. The medical doctor might be interested in how is your heart beating, are you breathing well, okay? So these are trained differently. They all have a focus, okay? It's not general. It's not that every AI is general. If you come here and give it stuff that is for doctors, when it's an accountant, now the issue with AI is that it will try, it will never tell you no. Try. Have you got those people who really need a job? You say, I can do anything. What do you mean you can do anything? What are you good at? Yeah, I can do anything. You see? Then once they have the job, they start fidgeting. So what these guys did is that they gave each AI and customize it for a particular purpose. So you find that even like Claude has different models. It has Sonnet, it has Opus. They tell you Sonnet is good in this, Opus is good in this. Even ChatGPT has different models. They tell you this model 4.0 is good in this. We have enhanced its ability to do this, just like we have our profession. There's a question? Yes.
I would like to understand where Meta AI belongs.
Okay. So Meta AI, I decided to pick the ones I consider the best, because Meta AI, from my experience, is really not up there. It's a bit general. Have you ever met somebody who does everything? You are in accounting, you are here. Those people, usually you find that at the end of the day, they don't deliver so well. But if you find somebody who has mastered, has done PhD in something, postgraduates, you find that it's very good in that field. Okay? So Meta AI, even lying, it lies so much. It lies so much to tell you. The minister of SDGs of Uganda is Janet. Then you say, you man, you are like, oh, sorry, I made a mistake. You see? But when you're using Grok, rarely will Grok tell you what they will do. So we'll see shortly. But I wanted to first have a discussion in terms of understanding. But if there is any other AI that you have used, you can also tell us your experience. What's your experience with the Meta AI so far? I'm sorry I biased you, but what is your experience so far?
Yes, a lot of times I've been using Meta AI, and of course it is it has both. It gives me, I would say, it's both advantageous and disadvantageous. But Rook, one thing I know about you, it's really quicker compared to Meta AI, and if I have a request, it responds right away immediately. So it's built on 3 levels, and that's what I know. It's so quick and compared to Meta AI.
Okay. I find that even these platforms have free versions and the paid versions. Of course, if you are paid, if somebody is giving you free work, sometimes you know they will not whatever. But I have tested. I think I've tested like the paid version of Claude. My God, people are going to be jobless in very few years. So, one is that once you understand these things, you now start to, we shall see in the next slides, but the purpose of understanding the AI is not that it's a threat, but it's to help you keep in front. Yeah? Because if you say, let that AI be. Now, medicine. Let me give you an example of medicine. In Ethiopia, one of the innovations that is going to be awarded. So that these guys have made an offline. It's called an LLM, language learning model. Okay. Now, you just take it to a health center, they install it on the phone, even if the doctor is not around. The nurse can go in and say, what is your pain? I'm feeling here in the whatever, when I do like this, and then it can actually do diagnosis. You see, it's been tested on medicine and so that's how, these things are transforming every field. So the question would be, how do you not stay behind? One of the reasons I'm passionate about AI is because we have been consumers as Africa for a very, very long time. Everything, we are the ones buying. Everything. We don't have anything we sell apart from food, which still we sell at a very low price. So AI is an opportunity for us to actually enter a space because the revolution has just started. So we need to come in and also see that we partake of this. So these are some of the few variations. I don't know which one we shall call the accountant, the medical doctor, and the environmental scientist. But if you look at ChatGPT, its core identity is for general purpose. If you really do not have any specific thing at that point, but you are inquisitive. You say, I used to go to Google. You go to Google and say, who is the president of Uganda? GPT can do that. Claude is a bit of a deep thinker and writer. You are doing your thesis for proposal. You are doing business research. You are doing. You have an idea that you have started your spare parts business, and you want to scale it to. Where do you come from? What's your home district? Kasese. You're saying now, now that my business is 5 years, I feel like it's gumite. I can take it the other side. But The first session was talking about problem identification, research. Is there actually a problem? Actually, for me, I usually tell people that the problem solving model has 3 layers. You ask why. Hmm? Then after you have your answer, you ask why. Then on the third answer, you ask why. Okay? If you have time, maybe we shall do that exercise. If you tell me, I ask you why are you in salt? Why are you selling salt? So why do you think cleanliness and sanitation is an issue? Okay, are there diseases in where you are doing it? So are there no other people that are doing it? So why sanitation? You see? So by the time you reach down here, you really are solving a real problem. But spare parts really an issue. So it might be an issue here, but when you go to Kasese, maybe their motorcycles don't get old. or there are few, they are like 5. Then Grok is for real time and age, because Grok is connected to Twitter, X formerly Twitter. So what Elon Musk did, he had one of the smartest guys we have. He wanted data. Now, intelligence, how we've been going through this. The more data you have about the different shades of green, and by the way, you train it on millions of data. You've seen so many greens, millions of them, that now, even if they wake you up in the middle of the night and say, which color is this? So this is, even women even go a bit deeper. They know that the color called turquoise, it's a color called what? They're like, now, is it that light blue? Is that light blue? No, it is dark. So the more information you have, the better you become. Now, what is ChatGPT good at? You want to do basic prompting. For example, actually, what you do, sometimes if you want a prompt for Grok or for Claude, you can start it in ChatGPT. Say, I am planning to do this, and I want this, I want Grok to help me do this. Then you say, oh, okay. Then it will generate for you a prompt, which you will now put in Grok, and then Grok. Because if you just go to Grok and say, I want to start a business, you'll be like, okay, this person is utilizing 2% of me. So let me just tell them, it's like when you come to a place and somebody looks at you and they're like, this one is he looks young, so maybe. But before you know it, maybe the guy is giving business deals and all. So when you come to Grok, when you're not prepared, that's what happens. So writing and analysis, you want to analyze data, you want to analyze even coding. Claude is very good with coding. I've tried coding with Grok, but Claude is very, very, very good. Weaknesses, sometimes ChatGPT forgets. Sometimes, especially these free models, sometimes you reach the point and it's like, okay, where were we? And then also it has a very, sometimes it has a shorter limit. If you try Grok, you can even put in a whole document and it will go through it, and then it will say, okay, what do you want me to do? Okay. Claude is a bit slower. Of course, they say big ships stand slowly. So sometimes it has to really go down and check and do all these things. Grok gives a bit of well, I think I need to revisit this, but if you not prompted it very well, it will give you, it will take you somewhere, and you know, it will even get statistics, and you might actually follow its lead, but because you did not prompt it very well. So now what I want to go to is, I wanted us to do like an activity where we do, we go in a group, we discuss our different businesses or our different whatever. We discuss what we would do with each platform. But maybe before that, I'm intentionally skipping the last part. But what are some of the benefits for your business? One, AI can help you design business graphics. How many people have designed graphics with AI? Which one? Grok or ChatGPT? ChatGPT is better. And Canva AI. Business plans. You can create websites. Has anybody created a website with AI? You've done? Which AI? Doesn't have. Which one? Yeah, with Shopify. Okay, Shopify. But there are newer, there are new specific for website platforms that can help you design websites. For example, you have things like Lovable, Base 44, Google Studio AI. It can help you in ideation. You have an idea, you want to do research. So they are thinking that, but does my business work? Is this idea really good? Then you can do market research, animated videos. You want to do an animated video. You want to do an ad that's probably, or you have a picture, but you don't want to speak. I don't know which category. It's, you know, the Gen Z find it very easy to do content. You know, to dance, to do what. But for us now, our time was for typing. So it becomes a bit hard. So if you want to dance, you can get your picture and tell the AI to help you dance, so that now you fit in with that trend. Then the biggest thing is saving time. One of the biggest benefits, really, of AI is that you get to save time. I am a typical coder. I think I started coding applications. You know how long it would take to go through all those things. In my first job, I worked with UNFPA, and we used to make concept notes like all the time. So you have to go. You read an article. You go to PubMed or whatever. You download an article. You read it. Then you pick certain things. Make a concept note. Then you reach and they tell you, okay, write a concept note for this. So it was concept note and reading. But these days, you just go and say, I need a concept note on this, and please put in the references. And it will do for you everything. So you save time. So that time that you save, what do you use it for? Use it for what they were telling us in the morning. Being a good leader, making sure that your team is okay, making sure that you are creating good relations with your people, okay? Because one of the main things about business is that it's one thing to have an idea, it's another thing to have a team, but going to the market is a different thing. And then keeping in the market is also a different thing. Okay, so before we go to this, did I do it before? Okay, let me go through so that we make a group at once. So I came up with this TP, so that it's easy to remember, but TPEE. One, in a prompt engineering, if you want to get the best out of AI, The first step is thinking. Morning session. I will not repeat a lot. Good enough, I had time to listen in. So you think, that whole process is thinking. Do I have a good idea? What is the problem? Because AI is not going to sometimes do everything. You need to come and tell it, this is the field I want. Me, I'm an environmental scientist. I want to do this. Or I am into bicycle spare parts, and I want, how can I turn this business into 500,000 US dollar business within the next 3 years in Uganda? And it will give you options. So prompting is really about asking the right questions. Like we said, I'll tell you an example that I had. There's a guy, they say he had an idea. It's a real story, I had it. It was a real story. He had a groundbreaking innovation around 2012. And so they took him to meet the president. So he went, he presented. The president was also impressed. It's like, this is good. So he was like, so what do you want? The guy was like, I need 5 million. I need 5 million to take this idea to the next level. Yeah, there he just said, you give. Somebody was like, this was an idea worth like 200 million. So what was the problem? The prompting was wrong. Okay? So if you prompt wrongly, you'll get wrong results. It's like agriculture. I think we are all agriculturists. Like I said, I tried to make all AI and tech language as simple as possible, because I think I would have been a good chemist or a doctor, but English. So when you have your seeds, if you plant 20 seeds, it will give you a certain range. The person who plants 500 gets a certain range. So the better you prompt, the better you get. Then edit. Sometimes your prompt needs to be edited. When it comes out, you see, is it what I want? Now, and this is by the way, big problem, especially for employers, but also you'll face it because you're all business leaders. You're going to tell your person, let's create a concept or research. They will just go and type and they will not even edit. Just bring to you. The concept note is here. Recently, we were collecting work plans from all my organizations. And some of them they're not even ready to do the concept. You just generate it because it can generate. That is very, very big problem. So you must ensure that whatever is generated, you are the final man that has to get it. Now, finally, execution. Execution is one of the biggest issues I have seen in business leaders, because we are across the country. So every different part of the country has its own issues. But the biggest idea I've seen, or problem, or bottleneck, is execution. People have very good ideas. You meet somebody, they are telling you, I really want to start this idea. I don't know if I will be stoned, but moderator, I hope I have protection, especially women. I hope I have protection. Most of the clients I meet a client, I want a system, I want this, and for me what I do is that when I meet somebody, one of the things I do is that I help them to refine their idea. Say, what do you mean you want to do this? Oh, I want to do a system for booking, people to book where they can meet their meals. Then I will ask you the tough questions. Where is your market? you are targeting which people? I'm targeting these old women in Nakasero. Then I tell you, are you sure they will be on this system? Let's be realistic. You know, some of them might say, you first go, organize yourself. No. So, but even those whom you tell that I think your idea is good to go, I usually take time. But it's not only the women. There are also some men who take time. The execution. I think maybe it's one of the things we should discuss. What are the bottlenecks of execution? You have an idea, you even have a sample. You have this bottle. Baby. But move from here to the market. Even some of my members are struggling with it. Yeah, but we'll discuss it. So I want us to make groups. If there are no, you have questions? Yes.
Pardon me, I'll sit down. Before we make groups, I'd like to ask you one question.
Yeah.
Let's say this Gen Z generation of content creators,
Yes.
right now they are using AI tools
Yes.
to make contents on social media. Which AI app is the best for making content? Like medical content, agricultural content, in a video form? Is it ChatGPT, Cloud, or which one is which? That's what I'm interested in.
Okay, good. So you're asking questions for a group.
No,
I wanted you to go in the group and you ideate and say which one would be come up. Because at the end of the day, I want every group to come up with something. And say for us, we are going to do this. If this was our business, then we'll do like this and then we execute it like this. Okay, so you discuss. Then we will come here and do a presentation and say, okay, how is it the best? We critique each other, we learn from each other, then we move forward. Okay? Any other question that is not for group? People are already ahead of the facilitator. But that's good. That is your following. All right. Yes, question.
Yes, thank you for the question from Chas. Mine is about what are the critical challenges you are facing now.
The critical challenges.
Yes.
Can you help me improve your question? Like when you say challenges, you mean challenges from the AI itself is leading you, or like
and also to the users.
the users?
Yes. Is it giving the real message, or someone may analyze you and say, this report you submitted,
You use the AI.
You use the AI. Okay. You didn't go to the field. You just see also to the users, and someone is using somewhere,
Yeah.
and you're like, I didn't do it, I'm not the one.
Yes.
So the challenge is
Okay. First challenge. Do you people want to first share your views? Anyone wants to first share their views?
Well, first go for group discussions, then.
First go for a group discussion. But one of the main things, so I don't forget, is that AI is leading to a loss of creativity. I think the CEO of Cloud was actually saying it the other day, that they have done research and people are no longer thinking as much as they were thinking because it's easier. But the question or the discussion should go to, he was proposing people to actually start doing math. Because now this accountant, in 2 years he would have forgotten how to do his accounts, because you always put it and it does for you. Okay? So you will not need to do that. So once in a while, it is important. Maybe the way people bought cars, but in the evening they park them and they jog. So that's one of the things we need to do. In the evening, after you've done with it, you get you back to your book and try to train your brain. Otherwise, but now for like the young people, it's going to be very complicated. We do not know how it will affect them. But because at least for us, we know how we used to do those things before. But probably we shall give them more problems to solve. Before the calculator came, math was very easy. When the calculator came, they brought integration, differentiation, because now we have a calculator. Okay? So it's up to us to make that process happen. So I think we can just do two groups. So ladies first. You say 1, 2, 1, 2. Then
1,
2, 3.
1.
mm-hmm. 2, 1,
1.
1, 2.
2.
No, you are 1. So you are 2.
1.
And then you are 1. Okay. So let's just have two groups. How many groups do you have to join? Which group wants to? Do you have names for your groups? What's your group name? What? You don't have groups names?
No, it's 1.
Yours is Grok. And yours? That's now interesting. I was worried if it was all. So we start with. Let me see. Which one? They're going to say I'm biased. ChatGPT. Do people also agree? Yes. Okay, let's start with it's a presentation from ChatGPT. And let the person presenting come, then tell us what they have come up with. Take us through the process. What did you do? So take us through the process. What did you do here on Think? What did you do on prompt? What did you do on editing? And then how are you planning to execute? Then we shall continue from there. Over to you.
You seeking support from the team.
Okay, let's go. Okay. So it doesn't really let me start again. Let me start there. Now, our group is Chat GPT. This is what we came with in our discussion. We thought about the business. Our business idea was cosmetic. We are dealing in wig, lipsticks, body cream. Which AI platform did we identify we were going to use? We decided to use ChatGPT and Grok. We were doing ChatGPT. We as Group A, we decided to use ChatGPT for branding our products online, virtually. And Grok to do our market research, write proposals, and budgeting, plus pricing of our goods. With Grok can also help us do market research, do our pricing, help us do a lot of things, advertise our business online. That's what we decided to do. What have we executed? On Grok, we executed that Grok will help us post virtually, launch our cosmetic business virtually, schedule social media short reels on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. We decided to use Grok as our AI tool. Nothing else besides that. With the ChatGPT, we decided to use ChatGPT for brand.
Brand and also the logo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
This helps out actually.
Are you using specifically for image creation, since you're going to be focusing on visual images? Do you have that another, should I call it a tool or a model? Yeah.
Okay. With the help of cloud, it will help us design our.
Cloud.
We will actually use all the three AI tools, but mostly we specialize in ChatGPT and Grok, because cloud is a bit slower. Grok is in the current timeline, and ChatGPT stops. It actually, from the information we gathered, it stops in 2023. It doesn't remember things well. That's what from our research. So we will combine all the features together.
Okay. Any other question? They will fire questions, so you better fire now. Better utilize them before they see. Okay, you have a supplement?
Or a question for them, for him.
You can supplement and answer.
Okay,
So
now I would like to inquire whether he has an alternative AI, because we're given three AI
You need
tools.
the mic with him. Their questions
Because
for him.
we're given three AI tools, Cloud, Brook, and ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So does he have any other alternative for image creations?
That's
Or
a good question.
an alternative for ChatGPT
Yeah.
between Brook and Cloud?
Yeah, me what I was expecting,
Uh-huh.
I was expecting her to say maybe, like, since it's going to use ChatGPT, there is what we call DAL-E, yeah, for image creation.
You don't know, you must say that name.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's also good. Because the time we were doing the assessment, I think you were not here. So we decided to keep the conversation to what the group was at that point. But there are more tools, like I said, there are website creation tools. But these three, if you want to start reading, they will help you and do a good job. So let's give them a big hand clap. And then we wait for group Grok, see what they have for us. And please don't hesitate to fire questions. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Once again on the platform. As of what we have been given, we came up with a challenge or the business ideas of detergents, and basically making bar soap, liquid soap, and showers, among others. Then we are told to find the objective, mainly, I could say the reason as why we have chose that.
You're also in detergents. And the other one was
Cosmetic.
Okay.
Then we came up with three objectives, main objectives. And one is employment creation, another one is hygiene improvement, then profit maximization, which could be the main aim of coming up with a business. With the AI tool, we considered two, but as ChatGPT as the main one. Then as editing, as to what we want, or the should I call them expectations of why you came up with it. One way could be formulating adverts, giving a hand in determining the marketing tools, then formulation of the formulas. What should I say, used to determine the quantities of formulas that are required while in the process of mixing. Then I can talk on budgeting and forecasting. Coming up with an accurate budget. Okay, it could not be accurate, but coming up with a budget. Then after, compare with the actual, come up with the variances. Then the last part, which was executing, it's basically, I can simply say the continuous usage, one way or the other, of what we have been having in the editing part of it. I don't know that.
Any supplements? The presenters, your group? Group, you're satisfied with the presentation? If I open it up, banding this on the other side. Okay, so questions. Questions? No question. I think because you are the moderator, they are fearing.
You say to AI tools, you mentioned ChatGPT, but I didn't hear anywhere how we use ChatGPT, and I didn't hear the second AI tool.
Oh, I talked about advertising, marketing, combination of quantities that are used for mixing, doing budgeting and forecasting. I don't know when I'm bringing out what you.
So which one is doing that?
Yes, ChatGPT.
And which the other tool is doing what? That is his question.
Which is the other tool?
Which is the other tool and which part is it doing? Supplement.
Testing what we have discussed. So we are using ChatGPT for advertisement, making ads, making videos. Then in making formulas, we go for Grok, since it's going to give us details of the quantity, of the materials we used. Then you find that we shall get the accuracy with the formulation when we use the Grok.
So formulation is Grok. And ChatGPT is for the what?
Advertising.
The advertising. Okay. Any other question from group ChatGPT? Are they using your ChatGPT well?
No, they are not.
They are not. Another question. Yes.
So in advertisement, is it going to help in creating, or is it going to do the advertisement itself?
Creating, because it's useful. The other part is on our side. Is it?
Sorry?
In creating, for example, flyers and.
There are supplements.
No, I was just asking a question.
Yes, sir. Wait, which group are you? Okay. That's only the question.
That's getting better.
Uh-huh.
But I just want to ask you a question. I don't know or whether just you talked about it, but I want you to help me how I'm using ChatGPT to advertise your stuff.
Okay. So he has, I think, an answer.
We use ChatGPT for advertisement in one way. As you know that when you create a content of an advert, you find that the content remains there in the, should I call it, is it a brain of the ChatGPT? So you find that if someone is looking or searching for the same content like that of what you created or what you designed using that website or ChatGPT or Grok, you find that your content is going to be given as a referral to that person, and he's free either to group some contents or to go with yours. So in viewing your content, you find that he or she may take a desire to know about your company, what you do, how did you come up with these contents, and you find that that person, if he's so vigilant, will make a research about you, and if he needs in any way of help, he can approach you. So it means you can get a market through the ChatGPT. Then he was talking about the other question.
Actually,
I'll start with Team Brock. Why did you choose detergents? Anyone is free to raise up your hand and answer. Yes.
The reason why we chose detergents because we have a member here
Yes.
doing that business.
Okay.
Yeah,
You have a member.
yeah, doing that
Doing the
actual
business.
business. Yeah.
But what is the problem that you're solving?
Yes. So initially we said that he wants to solve
Is the problem?
we say he wants to solve the problem of sanitation. Hygiene sanitation.
He has his hand up. I think he has something to add on.
Another thing, we are promoting this prevention. For example, if you use detergents, for example, in premises like that, it prevents someone that may affect people and get infections. So we're all involved in doing this prevention. And everything.
Yes.
Another reason is coming up with an employment opportunity. Yes.
So, in the three things that you have mentioned, one, prevention of diseases, employment opportunities, and it's called what? The disinfection. Okay, which one ranks the highest? Not in those three. Which one is prevention? So, why do you think people will choose your product to prevent diseases? Discuss it with the ladies.
I think people will choose our product because everyone wants to have a healthy life. No one wants to live with a disease.
Okay. Okay, that sounds like a good plan. But then, now when it goes to the side of marketing, which is now execution, it means that now you either have statistics that those other soaps are not working. Proof that it's like the COVID vaccine. Simple. People are taking this, they are still getting COVID. It's not working. Okay? So, you need to tell us that from our research, these people who are using geisha, people who are using, what is it, imperial leather, people who are using, what is it called? Huh? Caution, Blue Star, or what? They are getting sick. Okay?
Now they insure us.
For us. Because when there is data, there is data. Data is data. So that's why I'm trying to challenge your point of, are you sure that yours has is solving a problem which is there? Or you are just telling me, these people who say like things downtown. This thing, it cures this, it even cures this, it even the ones of your grandfather, like all this thing in one. So just to avoid that ambiguity, okay, and say, how can we come in? Because I'm sure the market is there, probably, but the problem. Now I'll give you a few seconds to discuss. You have an answer?
Because we're dealing with targets.
Yes.
We may have competitors selling the same products.
Yes.
What's going to differentiate our product? Strength or ratio. Or
Yes.
strength difference. Whereby we can add an ingredient which is not or which other products they don't have. So we may find that our product is a bit has a strong strength of formulation compared to others, whereby its reaction to the disease prevention, it has a rapid response compared to others.
Okay. So I want to ask you a question as I think you could start. Okay? For like 2 minutes. What do you think about Jeep? I think you know Jeep kills even the Ebola. Okay? So maybe say, are we making ours stronger than Jeep? That's number one. Okay? What do you think about geisha? What is geisha doing? How are they marketing their soap? What makes their soap different? Okay, I want to tell you, but I think you'll find out. Then Blue Star. Is it White Star, Blue Star? White Star. So White Star. Why do people still buy White Star? How do you compare those things? Then you tell me the problem. So 1 minute you can just discuss from there. So this group, can we go to the execution? I think we are following, so just go through it quickly. We are following what we are doing here.
Yes.
So what is the problem? Then we go through the whys, and then I see you convince me.
The problem we are solving,
Yes.
actually what we are solving is confidence. I mean, would you...
So yours is cosmetics?
Cosmetics, yes.
Okay, yes.
So would you move out with how do you call it?
An animated face.
Mosius, how do they call it?
Okay.
Yeah. Would you move up with dry lips? Cracked skin? Would you move out with such a skin? Would you feel comfortable with rough hands when you can get a cosmetic that will usually soften your hands? Alright? So I think that's the problem. That's the problem we are solving.
Okay. So why do you think that problem is there, or why do you think people are facing that problem?
Not all people are facing the problem, but there's a section of the population that is not comfortable with the cosmetics that are around.
Okay.
So we want to target that specific population.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is wrong with the cosmetics that are around?
They just don't feel comfortable with it.
Maybe it's doing this. So our catchphrase is about this. Okay. So I want to start with the Brock. Just tell us.
I beg your pardon.
Because I want the other team to tell them the process of how you've done this. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can even just keep seated and tell us. Yes, just give us a quick summary, quick. And we will close in the next like 1 minute. Yeah. So guys, please listen.
So we have built intelligent. We have told you to many complex issues.
Yes.
So
Because last time we stopped here.
So, what you are mentioning, our major emphasis was during market when you came to execute.
Yes.
How can you represent your market, your product into the market?
Yes.
So you know there are some same product within the same market.
Yes.
How do you represent yours? So that the taste preference of customers, it can customers, they can target your product rather than the rest. So we looked at that you must target, must be specific to the operation, must be specific to the problem that we are solving.
Yes.
For example, if it's you had given an example, this is traditional, also traditional herbs, and you find that it advertises a certain product of almost showing 100 diseases, but you can come out with a product that has a specific disease to deal with. So it means I'll prefer it because I know I'm buying for the specific diseases. So it's the same thing that when we are bringing our shop into the market, we should be specific that we are dealing with disease prevention of this. So that a person comes to the market, maybe in the supermarket, doesn't need explanation because he knows I'm buying this product for a certain disease or a certain solution of this product or certain solution for this product. Then you talked about there's no differences in advertisement. We give a difference of Geisha and at the same time Coca-Cola. So we can come up with a slogan of our advertisement, maybe soft skin.
So in the flavor and long lasting, which one do you choose?
In flavor and long lasting, we went to both. Because flavors, it can be in terms of carrying or fumes.
Yes.
Fumes. So if I had a fume and someone gets my product and tries to smell it, it makes the body smells well. It means he or she may prefer it to use it again. So
Maybe nice or
The cost.
the cost. So it means now when you're marketing your product, you always, the first thing that somebody will know that maybe this one is affordable but cost effective, affordable but smells nice, affordable and yeah. Very easy. You say you can even make it maybe for 500 or so you focus on cost and that becomes your product. That difference that you come and bring it to the market. Okay. That's why now you saw ChatGPT, Grok, all these things are different things. Because if they are all the same, then you can't have a competitive advantage. We call it a competitive advantage. You'll never have loyal customers who will keep buying. This group,
Organic substances,
yeah,
like shea butter. So our aim is that we are making these products that are going to make our bodies soft, and then